Lois was like biting her tongue a lot season 2, and just all these moments where people were like, no, you were wrong about this, and she wants to be like, no, I'm always right. I'm right. I just can't say anything about it.
So we've spoken once before. It was before season 1 had aired, and a lot has happened with Lois and the Kent family in general since then. So I'm curious about how your very kind of classic take on the character has evolved.
I don't know that it has evolved, because from the very beginning, she was a wife and mother. I think the main changes for Lois in season 2 anyway is that she was really having to take a step back from a lot of the journalism stuff. There was quite an emphasis on her needing to protect her family, and that involved secrets and lies. It really has been an honor and a gift playing a mother and a wife, especially the maternal aspect of it, because just how protective she gets to be of her boys and everything that her sons are going through. And then with Natalie Irons, it's almost like, to an extent, she a little bit has like a third kid now. It's been really exciting. And I just wanted to say thank you to Den of Geek, because that cover you guys did is one of my favorite things to sign at cons. It was so cool. It came out really well.
You're also, I think, the most proactive Lois that we've ever seen in live action. You know, like, this character isn't just in the background. Lois is in the thick of the action in just about every episode. And
Right.
When it's not that, you're finding ways to bring the journalism aspects to the small town part of the show as well. What has been the most challenging or fun parts of those scenes, especially in season 2, which was particularly eventful?
Well, I feel like Lois Lane as a character is not somebody who's ever kind of fading into the background and a wallflower. She does find a way to involve herself, like whether or not she should. I'm sure Clark and Superman is kind of like, can you not be here right now and like distracting me, and I have to save you? I'm supposed to be saving them. Probably the biggest challenge for me, because I do have a lot in common with Lois Lane, like Bitsy does, was having to, Lois was like biting her tongue a lot season 2, and just all these moments where people were like, no, you were wrong about this, and she wants to be like, no, I'm always right. I'm right. I just can't say anything about it. That was tough, and I was really happy by the end that there was some resolution, and that she was able to involve Chrissy Beppo, who's her sidekick at the Smallville Gazette, and everything, and that also, the family had chosen as a family to, let Lana in on the secret and stuff. So I think that'll be something interesting to explore season 3.
The scene where Lois tells Chrissy might be my favorite moment in season 2.
Clark is Superman.
What was it like filming that scene? Because you two were both so great in it.
That was not the original scene in the script. I had a conversation with the writers about, I don't want to get into how, but it was different. And I think we really wanted to just like have it be really more driven by, all right, I cannot keep this in anymore. And at this point, we had told Lana the secret, and it was like, I'm like, this really has to be Lois's decision. But that was not how it was originally scripted, and I'm glad it came out well, because, when you're an actor, and thank God my showrunner is as collaborative as he is, but when you are like, hey, I just have this feeling, and my instinct is it should kind of lean more this way, you better be right if you're like really, putting yourself out there. So I'm glad it turned out the way it did.
I mean, this is pretty much the biggest secret in the entire world.
And then there was Bizarro Lois, which was an interesting take. What did you feel were the elements that were distinctly different in Bizarro Lois, and how challenging was that performance?
The wig was a hit. with the fans. So I actually was like, do I need bangs, Todd? Like, does Lois need bangs now? No, it just was darker. This was a very, in episode 10, and you see the sort of bizarro Kent family. They were obsessed with fame. They were not very grounded. They were not connected to each other. The relationships weren't as strong. And, Clark and Lois, who have so much love for each other, were just like really not on the same. It was like everyone was just kind of doing their own thing and orbiting each other, but not together. And it was really fun. Tyler and I had a lot of fun filming that fight scene outside of the farmhouse, because he in particular typically isn't given that amount of freedom to just completely lose it. Like, we were like spitting on each other, and you don't really get to do that. So it was fun to have an episode where it's just such a departure, and then to go back to the normalcy and just what felt more comfortable.
When do you start filming season 3?
September.
Is there anything at all you can tell us about season 3?
No, I can't say anything yet.
Okay, what do you still want to do as Lois Lane? What do you think are elements of the character that you want to reach for in future seasons of this show?
I want to go back to, and I know I'm not alone in this because I am on social media and I read what the fans want to see more of, and I really lean into like, what are qualities of Lois? What does Lois wear? What do you guys want to see more? And they really seem to be missing more of that, like Lois Lane at the Daily Planet, power and strength, the journalism stuff. And so I am hoping that we can find a way to incorporate that more. It sort of seems like that's going to happen anyway, with Clark being more involved at the Gazette. So we'll see. Hopefully they'll get what they want.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.